Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something pretty incredible: how your everyday payment habits can literally help tackle two of the world's most overwhelming crises. We're breaking down a platform called UNZN, which stands for United Net Zero Nation. It's basically a borderless digital nation that turns your daily financial choices into massive environmental and economic impact. I am so excited to get into this with you. Here's the quick roadmap for today's explainer. Two massive crises, hidden environmental costs of bills. Three core elements of UNZN, finance for the marginalized, changes created by my daily life, and finally, becoming a citizen in 5 minutes. All right, section 1, two massive crises: climate change and financial exclusion. At first glance, climate change and financial exclusion seem completely unrelated, right? But they actually share the exact same root cause, which is systemic inefficiency. We all know about climate change, but let's be real. Recycling your soda cans isn't going to save the glaciers by itself. We need a way for citizens to participate every single day, a system where just buying your morning coffee meaningfully lowers your carbon footprint without asking you to make grand, impossible lifestyle changes. And then there's the second crisis. Check out this number: $1.3 billion. That is the number of adults globally who are entirely excluded from the modern financial system. But here's the crazy part: 900 million of them already own mobile phones. The communication tech reached them, but the financial system just completely left them behind. Moving on to section 2, hidden environmental costs of bills, the invisible journey of cash. Most of us just assume going digital is greener, but the real-world data on paper money is absolutely staggering. Based on data from the European Central Bank, a shocking 72% of a banknote's carbon footprint comes purely from distribution. We're talking about fleets of gas-guzzling armored trucks, airplanes, and keeping ATMs running 24/7. The actual physical production of the cash, that's only 13%. It's moving the money around that's really doing the damage. To put that into perspective, research from Tufts University found that the hidden environmental cost of a single US $1 bill is actually $2.20. Think about that. It literally costs more in environmental damage to use the bill than the bill itself is even worth. And it gets worse at the end of the bill's life. You can't just toss old cash into the recycling bin, because it's packed with extracted polymers, chemical coatings, and heavy security inks. It is completely unrecyclable. At the end of the line, it's either thrown into a landfill or it's incinerated, pumping toxins straight into the air. When you realize the disposal process is actively poisoning the environment, shifting to a digital system goes from being a nice idea to an absolute necessity. So, section 3, three core elements of UNZN, a simple toolkit for global impact. How do we actually fix this? Well, UNZN tackles both crises with a super simple toolkit. First up, the Citizen ID. This is the free digital identification that proves you're part of this climate action movement. Second is the DID, a decentralized identifier, which is essentially your personal borderless address. And third is the wallet. This manages your digital fiat assets, specifically USDT, while seamlessly running a carbon calculator in the background. No technical jargon, just tools that work. And it is incredibly convenient. If you've ever dealt with traditional crypto, you know the pure anxiety of copy-pasting a 36-digit hex code, terrified that one typo means your money is gone forever. UNZN totally ditches that. Instead, your DID is just name-based. It looks like did.unzn.nathan. You just type in a friend's name, hit send, and boom, it's there instantly. No complex bank routing numbers, no agonizing Swift network delays. Now, if you're thinking, is this actually safe? The answer is yes. It's powered by an independent blockchain infrastructure called MetaMUI. This gives you bank-level, quantum-resistant security. But the best part, it protects your identity and your assets completely invisibly. You don't need to understand complex blockchain architecture to use it. You literally just open the app, and the tech keeps you safe. All right, section 4, finance for the marginalized, empowering the invisible 1.3 billion. We've talked about the climate, but let's see how this very same tech solves financial exclusion. By acting as a borderless digital citizenship, UNZN lets marginalized populations literally reclaim their economic rights. A street vendor in Cambodia or an indigenous artisan in the Amazon can now trade globally without ever needing a traditional Western bank account. And for global migrant workers, It completely erases those predatory 5 to 12% remittance fees they normally have to pay just to send money home to their families. Bringing it back home, Section 5, changes created by my daily life. Small habits, giant leaps. How do your personal daily habits actually create these giant leaps? Well, right inside the UNZN app is a personal carbon footprint calculator. Instead of just feeling this vague, abstract guilt about climate change, you get real, actionable data. You can visually track how simply choosing to use your digital wallet instead of paper cash actively reduces your footprint. You see the tangible environmental benefit of your daily payments right there on your screen. Every time you use your DID, you're tapping into a globally recognized borderless identity. You're entering a peer-to-peer marketplace where citizens trade directly, bypassing those massive 30% cuts taken by huge tech platforms. But most importantly, you're helping build a totally new community, a culture of voluntary, everyday climate action. Which leads us to Section 6, becoming a citizen in 5 minutes, your path to action. So how do you actually get started? It's literally designed for absolute beginners. Step 1, download the UNZN app, takes about a minute. Step 2, create an account with some basic info, maybe 2 minutes. Step 3, do a quick free identity check to get your DID, about 5 minutes. And step 4, you are ready to make your very first borderless name-based transaction instantly, from completely uninitiated to a fully participating digital citizen in minutes. I love this quote from the source material because it really hits the nail on the head. I can't save the earth alone, but it might be different if people like me gather. That's the whole shebang right there. It's about the power of a new, borderless community uniting through small, incredibly simple, everyday payment habits. So I'll leave you with this. Knowing the massive environmental damage caused by paper cash, and seeing how effortlessly a borderless digital identity can empower the financially excluded. Are you going to leave those high costs behind? Are you ready to rethink your wallet? Download the app and claim your digital citizenship in a net zero nation today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.
This is more than an app, a borderless nation for people and planet. One Earth, one nation, and one connected economy.